Next on the news, we're finding out the secret to a happy marriage.
It's been decades of wedded bliss for a Brooklyn couple, and faith is at the center of their relationship. I'm Katie Vasquez, and I'll have their story coming up.
Pope Leo breaks down the issues for the first time, from the church's sexual abuse crisis to LGBTQ Catholics. Then this.
Now in 2025, to encounter people, we have to start with social media.
This sister taking social media by storm, using TikTok and Instagram to evangelize, and it's working. Plus, meet a crime-fighting nun. Sister Mary Madeline chases down thieves to spread God's love. I'm Christine Persichetti. Currents News starts right now. It's Friday, so let's kick off the weekend with a feel-good story. Let's start with love that stands the test of time. You're about to meet Jules and Leonie Pierre-Louis, and they've been married 50 years. They're about to renew their vows at the Diocese of Brooklyn's annual wedding anniversary mass. But first, they want to share their secret to a happy marriage with you. Katie Vasquez has the story from Flatbush.
Yes, August 28th marks 50 years since Jules and Leonie Pierre-Louis said "I do." But time has flown by as the pair remain devoted to each other.
I have a good husband. Every time they ask me, I say, "Oh, very good. I never got a problem."
She's always right. Me wrong sometimes. Always right. I am happy with her.
They started off as friends in Haiti, but eventually love bloomed.
The first time I saw her, I say, this is the lady I want to become my wife.
The first time he saw me, start talking to me, but me, And every day he had to meet me.
To celebrate their anniversary, they attended morning mass at Our Lady of Refuge Church in Midwood, where the priest offered a blessing to the couple. It's a reminder of the commitment they made before God.
Before God, you married, you got your wife forever, until God called you.
The couple believes faith has been the foundation of their relationship. They pray morning and night and never miss Sunday Mass.
I always put God before everything I am doing.
Always keep us firm, you know.
And every day we ask God to strengthen our faith. Bless.
And for those wondering how they make it work after decades of marriage, the couple believe the answer isn't that complicated.
It's not a big secret. Just understand your partner. Because your partner is different from you.
And they look forward to many more years together. In Flatbush, Katie Vasquez, Currents News.
Congrats to them. Jules and Leonie will renew their vows on Saturday, September 27th, and you can join them. The wedding bells will ring at Holy Family Church in Fresh Meadows. All Catholic married couples are invited, but there will be special honors for those marking their 25th, 50th, or 75th year. Registered couples will also get a special certificate from the bishop. So how do you register? We have the form on our website. Just go to thetablet.org and search Wedding Anniversary Mass. Pope Leo XIV recently talked about his own parents' happily married life in an interview with Catholic news outlet Crux. The Holy Father spoke on a range of issues, including his view on LGBTQ Catholics. Pope Leo says all are welcome in the church, but its doctrine on marriage and sexuality will not change.
I'm trying not to continue to polarize, promote polarization in the church. And I'm trying to say, which is what Francis said very clearly when he would say, todos, todos, todos. Everyone's invited in. But I don't invite a person in because they are or are not of any specific identity. I invite a person in because he's a son or daughter of God. And say, you're all welcome. And let's get to know one another and respect one another.
Pope Leo also spoke about the need for peace in Gaza, what he called the real crisis of sexual abuse in the Catholic Church, and that the church has to improve at accompanying victims. And while he says he won't get involved in partisan politics here in the U.S., the pontiff says he's not afraid to raise issues that he thinks are gospel issues. Let's put politics aside. Pope Leo had his own Hispanic Heritage Month celebration at the Vatican as the Holy Father met with cardinals from the Mexican Episcopal Conference. He was given gifts including plates, artwork, and a poncho, all depicting the image of Our Lady of Guadalupe, the patron saint of Mexico and the Americas, including the Holy Father's previous home country, Peru. Meanwhile, at his current home, there's now a silent tribute to Pope Leo at a well-known tourist spot in Rome. A bronze lion sculpted by Italian artist Davide Rivolta has been placed in the Knights of Malta Square. So when tourists peer through the famous keyhole, they can see the lion, which appears to be guarding St. Peter's Basilica. Also tonight, a social media mission.
This is how God is doing, I think He's surprising us.
And a religious sister with 500,000 followers. She's sharing faith with a new generation.
They are eager for that. They are thirsty for that experience.
Right now on Currents News, Catholic influencers sparking a spiritual revival. The Catholic faith is seeing a rebound in popularity in Europe, especially among young adults. That's because Catholic influencers are meeting them where they are, on the internet. Sharing the oldest of messages in the newest of forms. On Instagram and TikTok, Sister Albertine leads prayers and offers advice to her more than 500,000 followers. Part of a growing tribe of Catholic influencers who are speaking to a generation dusting off the solemnity of the past.
This is how God is doing, I think He's surprising us. How are we going to help these young people?
Partly through song and dance at this Christian festival in the foothills of the French Alps, a young generation has flocked. Many followers of Sister Albertine who've come to hear her speak.
She really makes questions of faith accessible, and in fact, she's really authentic.
The 29-year-old nun says she's inundated with questions. Her role simply to take to the space where the young people spend most of their time.
Jesus was going outside. Jesus was walking all the time. He was searching for encounter people. And now in 2025, to encounter people, we have to start with social media.
The stunning rebuilding of Notre Dame may also have added a new shine to the image of Catholicism. Audrey Borges, who's 24, shows us where she was fortunate enough to be baptized on Easter.
So yeah, the church was really, really helpful because I joined just after COVID. I found friends, I found my boyfriend, I found everything I was looking for in my life, peace, and some people I can rely on.
Back at the festival, Sister Albertine, just back from the Vatican's Jubilee celebrations, tells the crowd of her chance encounter with Pope Leo. She'd been invited as one of more than 1,000 influencers as the church moves to capitalize on this thoroughly modern megaphone to the young.
They are eager for that. They are thirsty for that experience. God can talk to me. And they are coming to the Catholic Church because we have a 2,000 years tradition of teaching people to hear God's voice. And that's awesome.
A religion, says Father Luciano, that is yet again showing its remarkable power of resurrection. If you take a look at France in particular, the number of adult baptisms has doubled over the last few years, with nearly half of those coming from families with no religious background. The biggest rise is among 18 to 25-year-olds. Speaking of religious sisters on a mission, a group of nuns from Salzburg were on one too, a mission to escape. These octogenarians were moved into a nursing home after their convent closed, but they didn't like it there, so they ran away from the nursing home and made their way back to the convent. They arrived to find it without running water, electricity, or even their stair lift. But with the help of their former students and 10,000 supporters on Instagram, people started showing up to bring the sisters water and generators. While their long-term future remains uncertain, the nuns all say they'd rather spend their remaining days in the place they've always called home.
Yeah, this is my prayer corner over there. Oh, wow.
Now to Pittsburgh, meet your friendly neighborhood sister who doubles as a crime fighter. Sister Mary Madeline stepped into action, chasing after a thief who ran out of her religious store after he stole a credit card. But this isn't her first run-in with a suspect. Sister Mary said she once had a gun pointed at her face after she chased down a jewelry thief. Even though it's dangerous, she says what keeps her running after the bad boys is a need to show God's love.
As he was walking out the door and I started following him, he turned around and says, I don't want to have to shoot you. And I said, listen, all I want to tell you is that Jesus loves you. And so, and then he went out, then I went out after him. For all his children, whether we know it or not, you know? Sometimes there's a lot of crud on us and you have to get that cleaned off to be able to see.
Well, she is brave. For Sister Mary, fighting crime isn't about the fame, but the opportunity to change others. That is this Currents News Update. I'm Christine Persichetti. Thank you for joining us, because we are putting your faith in the news. Hope to see you again next time.
Anthony Pirelli's connection to this church goes back generations, and now he gives back to St. Rita's in Long Island City any way he can. But it took a tragedy to get him here.
I used to say sometimes God has to hit you right between the eyes with a 2x4 to get your attention.
How Anthony Pirelli makes up the pulse of the parish, Wednesday on Currents News.